I'm here today to talk to Mike Berry, who is presenting the best digital show in the world. And he's here in Singapore at the invitation of the 4As.
It's great to be here in Singapore, and I'm grateful to the 4As for giving me the opportunity to be here and meet some lively and dynamic digital people, and in a market, of course, which is experiencing economic growth on quite a big scale, which makes a bit of a contrast from Europe at the moment. So yes, I'm really excited to be here, and sadly my visit's going to be relatively short, so I hope to have a chance to come back soon.
Mike, I know you've been in the business many years, you can be considered a veteran. So how come you got involved in digital marketing, which is kind of a young man's area?
True, I won't admit exactly how old I am, but I did work in marketing in the 1980s, and I won't say exactly which bit of the 80s either. But on the other hand, why should the young people get all the fun and all the best jobs? And of course, digital people will get older, so the people who are retiring now, having been 10 years as senior managers in corporations, are not going to stop using the internet. They're just going to use it for more fun things, like enhancing their wine cellar, or managing their investments, or choosing exotic holidays to go to. Maybe to go to Singapore from London, or maybe London from Singapore. So the answer to the question, I'm sorry, the answer is that I identified in sometime around the year 1995-96 that the web was going to be really, really big. And when I started as a young account executive working in direct marketing agencies, including Wunderman and Carlson Marketing, and an early example of EHS, which was part of the Havas group, EHS 4D in London. In direct marketing, we were looking for digital, we were looking for email, we were looking for instant clicks, we were looking for the personalization and measurability afforded by digital marketing. It just didn't exist then, so we were worrying about envelopes and stamps and addressing. But we were crying out for the immediacy, for instance, of mobile marketing. You pass a store, you get an SMS message, it motivates you to go in and use a coupon you've just been sent. So it was a very logical step for me, and in my career I've got a maths degree, and yet I've worked with creative people and often wished I could have the ideas that some of the art directors and copywriters had, and the opportunity to combine them both in what is now called digital marketing is very attractive to me, and I'm having a great time. I do, however, see things changing and probably converging, so that maybe digital itself won't mean something as a separate discipline in a few years' time.
Now you're presenting the whole day today. What is the message you want to get across? What is it you want people to hear?
I hope I'm going to tell them what they want to hear, and I can't guarantee they're going to love it, but that's my objective. I'm trying to deliver an interesting experience that's stimulating. I certainly don't claim to have all the answers, I'm one guy, but in collaboration with Best Marketing Estonia, which is a European digital marketing publisher, we've developed this show called The Best of Digital Marketing. And that's a dangerous hostage to fortune to claim anything is the best. I certainly don't claim it's the best show, but it's dealing with some campaigns that must be among the best. It's real-world campaigns, many of which have won awards, but focusing on results and ROI. So it's looking at all the digital marketing areas, such as search marketing, mobile, email, social media, and how they all work together, and what big brands and smaller companies are doing right now in all countries of the world that is working. So the idea is to stimulate, to provoke, to get some discussion, and we're also going to follow this up with a panel discussion which involves local Singapore people who are serious business leaders here who are using digital marketing increasingly as part of their mix, and try and explore how some of these worldwide successes could have some relevance here in this market. And not all of them will, but I think it's going to be very interesting, and I have the privilege, thanks to the 4As, of chairing that discussion this afternoon. And it will be interesting to see how some of the local business leaders feel that social media or email marketing or search can be given a local twist to be very effective here in this market.
I have one final question. What is the most exciting development? What is it that we must watch out for?
Well, if I'm allowed more than one, I would say that we've got to be increasingly aware of mobile. And mobile at the moment is defined as something you have in your pocket, which is called a communicator, or used to be called a mobile phone. However, what about these things that Apple invented called tablets? They really drove that market, as they have so many others. Many people now deem the tablet to be part of mobile. And then where does that leave the desktop? It's all changing, and the definitions are becoming irrelevant almost as soon as the silos are created, because things are blurring and converging. So I would say that the most important trend of all is convergence, not only of techniques but also of how they are managed within the marketing mix. So marketing directors have to be all-rounders. All marketing directors have to understand digital as well as TV, press and posters and outdoor, etc. But also I think agencies are adapting, and I'm seeing that really accelerate now, that the big ad agencies, some of the US chains, but also the Japanese agencies, are including digital people at all levels in their organizations. So I think the digital specialist agencies may well be squeezed. They have to be thinking about what their strategy is. So they have to consider whether they're going to go offline and produce an integrated service, compete with the big former ad agencies, or whether they're going to decide they're going to be digital suppliers, so they become technology companies, production houses for websites and mobile apps, etc. So I think we're going to see a lot of structural change in the industry in all countries and all markets, and that's because of these technology changes which are changing consumer behaviour, so it's all interrelated.
Mike, thank you very much for talking to AdAsia.
Great, it's a privilege, and thank you.